All right, so this is let's see, this is the second video I'm doing on this little boat that I've got back here behind me. The boat is a 1966. I'm assuming it's probably a Starcraft. I'm not exactly sure. I have been looking on the internet to see what type it is. Look to see what was being built in 1966. I know there was a Lumicraft and there was a Starcraft. The handles on the back and the way it is on the front, to me it looks like it's a Starcraft, but during the time of me cleaning out this little boat, I found some leaks, a couple of leaks. Nothing really bad. The hull under it is in really good shape, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some Glove-It on it, and so in order for me to do that, I decided to sand it all down. And I probably could have went ahead and done the paint stripper. I did do the paint stripper, and with the paint stripper it was just taking way too long. I think what I did was I did probably on this side here, and the reason why I did that on this side here is because it had a really big brown spot right over here where the previous owner had painted, and the rest of it was all original paint. I think it may have been original paint. I thought it had been original paint. But as I started to sand it after that, I went ahead and took all, let me go back a little bit to the paint stripper. I used the citrus strip. That stuff there, I could not get to it fast enough. So it ended up drying on me. And then I tried the Jasco Premium Paint and Body. Paint and epoxy. Great stuff, really good stuff, but again, I couldn't get to it fast enough, and so I was just working on it like maybe a couple of hours after I got off from work. I did cover the whole thing with plastic. I covered it. I went to about maybe 3/4 on one side, and I finally decided, you know what, everything is dried, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it all dry. And then what I did was I went with my drill, and I went with these little metal bristle wheels I bought on Amazon. This is a 2-inch one. It came also with some 3-inch, and I also bought some, I bought some 4-inch. Anyways, these things ended up working really, really well. I went over all of the rivets because of course that's where I'm gonna put the Glove-It. I'm not gonna do the whole bottom. I don't have any holes. I do have, it's just, I think there may be like maybe one rivet on the side, like right around here somewhere, that's leaking. And it's not, I don't even think it's a rivet. I think actually what it might be is it might be along the seam. So after I do the rivets, I am going to flip the boat, and I'm going to do the seams right here because of the way they sit. And then I did have one leak in the front. I remember seeing another leak right up here, and at the front here, I can see it right about here. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put some. I'm gonna put some along there as well, hoping I can get to it. And if not, then I'll put a little bit of JB Weld on the front part there. It's not really big, the big area, but I'm going to paint. I'm gonna paint it. I'm gonna primer the whole thing, and I might be doing it wrong, but you know what? I've taken a little bit I've taken a little bit from a lot of videos that I've watched. Like I said, this is not a how-to video. It's just a what I'm doing, what for me to look at, for me to later on look at what I'm doing, but or what I've done. What I am going to use is, and I looked at the website, I'm going to use this Rust-Oleum self-etching primer. I realize that they say it's used, I see a lot of videos say that it works really good on the bare aluminum, but I also went on their website and looked to see if in fact it does work as well, or it does work also on painted surfaces. Their website says it does. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm gonna give it a try after I put the glove in. I've pretty much sanded the whole thing. I haven't sanded the whole thing. I am waiting on some, I believe it's 120 grit and some 300 grit blocks, or 320 grit blocks that I'm waiting for to get here, because there are some areas where I just completely skipped sanding, but I did get all the rivets both sides. And let's see, some of you may be wondering what happened to the little motor that came with it. I didn't know what I was doing with the motor. I ended up selling the motor. I sold it to a gentleman for, I think it was like $120. It was a Mercury 1969 Mercury 20 horse. I couldn't get it started. I didn't know what I was doing, but I did come across this right here. It's a little Mercury. It's a 4-horse. It's enough to get me out on the water, which is really what I want. I want to get out on the water. I want to fish. I do have my kayak over there. If many of you know that a kayak, after about 4 or 5 hours fishing in it, your back starts to hurt. Yeah, I can stand up on it, but there's some days where I don't just can't stand up on it. And then I did end up putting a live scope on it. It's a Lowrance, the Eagle i9. It does great for me, and so I'm making it portable so that way I can use it on this as well. But this little Mercury here is a 4-horse, 4-stroke motor and tiller handle. Another thing that I came across is somebody was throwing something away, and I was like, you know what? After I sold that little motor, okay, after I sold that 20 horsepower motor, I sold it to the guy. The guy sends there and sends me a video of it, probably about 2 weeks later, of it running. Good for him. Yeah, I'm really glad that he got it and he was able to get it running. I asked him what it was that was wrong, what needed to be replaced. Apparently there was nothing that had to be replaced. It was just simple adjustments of some cables, something I did not know. It did have compression and it did have spark. He tested it right here on my driveway. And when I say on my driveway, I mean he tested it right there. Okay, so and everything worked. I'm glad he got it. He had another one that was a twin to it, also a 69. Do I wish I would have had that little motor? Of course, yes, but it's all right. It's all right with me. He's got it. He was able to work on it. He knew what he was doing. I did not. I do have this little Mercury 4-horse. And another thing I got. One man's trash is another man's treasure, is what they say, right? Well, I'm hoping this camera is going to stay with me. I've got it on a moving thing where it follows me. but I've got, oh, he's trying to move away. Let me see. I got this. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Because I am not in a hurry to get it started, I've got this. It's a little Evinrude. 1961. I believe is what 1961 off the serial number. What I got. It's 5-horse, 1961. Little motor. Many of you are probably one to say they're asking, what's the inside look like? What's the inside look like? Well, I'll tell you what. I put a little bit of gas in it because I was going to start it, and I know it's probably the bad thing to do. The motor is great. It's in good condition. Very, very good condition. Let me see. See if I can take this cover off and I'll show y'all. You're probably saying, what? This guy isn't editing anything? I'm not, because to edit takes a lot of time to edit. It's crazy. So it's a Evinrude Fisherman. I believe the Fisherman. There's the housing, the top cowl. I'm gonna put it right here, on top of my trash can in my garage. Here is what it looks like on the inside. Oh boy. That's what it looks like on the inside. It looks good, actually. Let me see if I can get the other side. Another thing that I have to do on this little Mercury here is it's got, it wasn't peeing. I cleared the hose, little pee hole is what they call it. My buddy at work, he calls it the pee hole. It wasn't peeing, but I blew some air compressor into it, or air, and it went all the way through. It like blew through the bottom in the propeller, and I'm gonna go ahead and replace. I've already got it here. Just a matter of getting to it. I'm gonna replace the impeller on it. I did order it through. Oh goodness, I forget what it was. I think it was like a place called Crowley something or something like that, out of Denver, Colorado, and so it took it a while to get there, to get to me. I also found out, maybe I could be wrong on this also, but Tohatsu sells parts for them as well. I need to do a little bit more research on that, because I'm not familiar with Tohatsu, but I'll look into that. So here's the other side of the little motor that I was the Evinrude 5-horse Fisherman. You see right there, this camera needs to, I swear I don't like this camera stand thing. There it is. No, it's got everything complete. So I'm gonna work on it when I can, sometime soon. This is not a 5-horse, it's actually a 5.5 horse is what it's got up here on top. So it's got a little bit more power than that little Mercury. And if I can't get it started, if something wrong so I can't get it started, I'm gonna see if I can locate somebody local in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. It's like there's fewer and fewer people who would do it to work on people's motors. And see if I can find somebody that can do that. I'm trying to put this cowling back on, and like I said, I'm not gonna edit any of this because editing is just a pain. I do plan on getting metal detecting it back, going out metal detecting again sometime soon. It's been a while since I've been metal detecting. I've spent a lot of time on this boat here. So far I've spent a lot of time, but I think in the long run it's gonna be very rewarding. Yeah, I could have gone out and bought a new boat, but then I think I wouldn't have had as much pride in it that I do so far. I'm gonna put this down here. Hopefully it still sees my face so that way it doesn't lose me, and it did. But putting it under the boat. Well, so I've done all that with it, and I didn't like using the citrus strip because it was just taking way too long. Plus, it like I said, it had original paint on it. Just seemed like it was having a hard time, because I mean that stuff was bonded to it. It was really bonded to it. I don't know what else I can say. Like I said, I'm gonna prime it, and then what I did was in order to paint it, I think what I'm gonna go with is going to be, I'm thinking either top coat. I've seen some people. The thing is about YouTube is that you can go and do whatever search, all the paints that you want. You can do what, and the thing about working on a boat like this is it's my boat. I do what I want with it. I'm not gonna sell it. I don't plan on selling it. If I do, then I'm hoping it looks just as good to be able to get a decent price on it. But what I did do is I went to Harbor Freight. I've never painted with a paint gun, but I went and bought this Central Pneumatic HVLP gravity feed spray gun with regulator. I think it was like $30. The one without the regulator was I think it was like $16. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll go buy the regulator and put it on there. The regulator was about another $8, $7.99, and so I was like, for $5 more, I just get the whole thing all together. But if you do that, remember that you've got to also get the fittings. What I did was I got these fittings, but it was the wrong one. This is the male fitting. It's not like I can't use it. And as I got home yesterday and looked at it, I was like, you know what? I got the wrong ones. I went on Amazon. These were delivered today. Bought them last night, and it's both. It's both a male and female. That one there needs the male, no, the female fitting for this here. So you got to make sure you get yourself a fitting. This is a 1/4 inch. That's what fits my compressor, and that's probably one video I should have done. I didn't. I actually took the compressor apart because it was leaking air, and I completely repaired it. Wasn't too difficult. Took it apart and put some tape around it in the areas where it needed it, and now everything is snug on it. It's not leaking. It's actually working great. I thought about buying a new one, but the price of things like that, I won't put that money into that boat right there. So far in the boat, I don't have a lot. I've got, let's see, it came with a boat, trailer, and motor. It cost $700 for it. Like I said, I sold the little motor for $120. sanding and stuff like that, I've probably got roughly maybe about, I had one of the, I had scissor strip already. I've got probably about another $100 into this stuff. But as far as the paint's gonna cost, I'm gonna do a 2-color. I'm gonna do white because of the way the bottom is. I wanted it to be aluminum color, but it's not gonna be aluminum color. But I am gonna do white on the bottom and blue. I wanna do blue. I'll do white all the way up to about, from about like right where the bump rail is at, all the way around there. And then I'm gonna do blue right in here. And I'm gonna try to leave these little rails the aluminum color. I want that white because it's my boat and I can do what I want with it. I've probably been on it, I'd say probably about 2.5 months, maybe something like, maybe a little bit longer, but I'm in no hurry. I am in a hurry, kind of in a hurry. I'm hoping to have it done in about a month. We all can say we're gonna shoot for something like that, but we don't end up doing it. Anyways, enough of me rambling on what I plan on doing with this thing, or what I wanna do with it. I'm already 20 minutes in. If you're asking what I'm doing with this little shop vac, that shop vac was one that was being thrown away. I picked it up and bought filters for it, and it works great. It's a little Craftsman 2-gallon. I've got another one that I'm somewhere around here that's huge. But what I'm doing with that is, after I sand it, after I grinded it with the metal steel brush, there's just little small metal particles everywhere. So what I did was I went ahead and went over the whole boat, picking that up. And then what I've got is I've got some acetone, and I'll be doing acetone all over the whole thing to get it clean. But first, I do have to finish the other side. Like I said, I've got some sandpaper that's going to be coming in, or sand blocks. I'm going to go ahead and do that. YouTube is awesome. Like I said, if you have a boat or you think about buying a boat and you get, let's say you get one really cheap price, you know, a boat you can get by itself $150 to $200, and if it doesn't have a title, it's okay, depending on what state you're in. Mine came with a title, and I come to find out that even if it didn't come with a title, as long as it has a hull number, I'm sorry, not a hull number, as long as it's got the registration number, like a lot of boats come with registration numbers, you can actually take that registration number to your, ours is the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. They can look it up and see who it was and issue a lost title to it. The only thing about that is that you'll get the lost title, from my understanding, will go back to the original owner. So you have to have an agreement with that person who you bought it from, or let them know that, hey, it's going to be going to you. Can you please keep an eye out for it? And then you got a boat. This is a 14-foot. I don't think I'm gonna do like decking or anything like that. I say that now, but that can be another winner. I don't know, but I'm excited. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video out. Be looking out for another video that I might be putting up. I'm really starting to get an itch to go metal detecting, and I'm sure I'll be doing some water detecting. That's a reason why also I got this little thing, because there's certain areas I want to get to, so that way I can do some water metal detecting and look for coins, jewelry, you know, things like that. But anyways, that's it for now. I really appreciate you all watching my video. if you hit the like and subscribe, hope y'all check and see what other videos I'll be able to put up. Like I said, thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, good luck, happy hunting, and tight lines. That's another one I've got to start saying, tight lines. Good luck with fishing too.